Samsung. It's the world's #1 mobile phone maker, and yet again a new flagship handset launch, arguably its most important event of the year, drawing jeers and tears from the internet crowds. The complaints about the Galaxy S5? Well, you've got the same old screen, some cheap casing materials, a rather ordinary processor, all in all a play it safe release. The reality though is that consumer expectations for Samsung don't match the firm's actual strategic imperative. Let me make my case here. Now, the growth rate at the top end of the smartphone market is slowing down, something we all know. But now China, well, it's no longer the promised land either, with IDC warning the handset boom there is losing momentum. Instead, the next round of growth will come from buyers in feature phone-dominated markets, for example, India, which means it's all about mid and low-tier handsets. So while the S5 is important for maintaining its existing sales and also for its halo effect to the Samsung brand, the Crown Prince is frankly no longer the only center of attention. Maintaining chunky operating margins, which is the percentage of cash Samsung actually earns on its sales, is key, so component and production costs have to be kept in check. And that's part of the reason we aren't seeing mind-blowing and budget-blowing new features from the Korean tech giant. This is even more important given Samsung's continued reliance on huge marketing spending. You can see it's now crept up to nearly 25% for each dollar of revenue it brings in. Many consumers and industry watchers alike tend to judge Samsung by its latest and greatest and how it stacks up with the competition, which means especially Apple. But as a business, Samsung's strategy, its positioning, and its priorities are all quite different, which explains why we're getting this phone instead of the one the internet seems to want.